Hello my friends, my name's Gene Arnold and thanks so much for tuning in to another episode of Regular Guy Mountain Biking. In this video, we'll be taking a look at the insanely bright MagicShine Monteer 12,000 lumen bike light. This was sent to me actually early before the release of the product so I could learn more about it and actually offer some feedback back to MagicShine. I'm part of the ambassador program, so I get to look at a lot of their lights before they come out, which is awesome because they're killer lights, and it's so cool that I actually get to offer some feedback to make sure the lights are as good as they possibly can be for riders out there. So let's start by talking about the actual light itself. All right, yes, I've said this a couple times right now. It is a 12,000 lumen light, which is now in the ridiculous category over here. It consists of a solid aluminum casing, which is really a necessity because this bad boy gets pretty darn hot. There are vents in the front and in the back so that you have airflow to help cool the light down as you're riding, which is pretty cool. They're actually functional vents. They'll help keep the light cool. It has 5 LEDs in the front. By using them in different combinations, you'll either have a spot or a flood, and then obviously within each one of those different modes, you've got different intensities. In the back, there are some indicators. This is going to show you the battery level, which is sweet that you actually have an LED indicator right there in front of you. So when you're riding and you're looking at this thing on your bars, you see exactly how much juice is in the tank. You've also got your power and then mode cycling button over here, right? That's like most MagicShine lights. It's right there in front of you, so you can change the different modes and obviously turn the thing on and off. It mounts on your bars with this aluminum, pretty darn sturdy bracket. When they first actually came out with this little food for thought over here, just to kind of let you know how much MagicShine cares about the feedback, this was actually not wide enough for some of the stems on the mountain bikes that are out there. So the folks that were previewing it, like myself, we kind of said, MagicShine, this isn't going to fit the bikes out there, or at least not enough of them. You got to change it. And they did. I automatically got a new setup, and I had it wider, so they instantly listened to what we said and reacted and gave us a wider mount. So kudos again to MagicShine for sending these out for us to learn about and give you feedback, and then actually doing something with the feedback that we give you. There is a power cord. Okay, this can either go directly into the battery or plug into an extension, which now I'll cover how this mounts also onto you. Comes with a little helmet doohickey over here, right? So you could take the plastic, or rather the aluminum mount off and use this plastic one, and you could put this on the helmet. So now let's move over to the battery that powers this whole setup. This is a 10,000 milliamp, 14.4 volt, I'm gonna call it a power plant, okay? It is 900 grams, that is just shy of 2 pounds, all right? That's a lot of battery, but you need this to power a light of this intensity. I want to let you know, right? Because it's all aluminum. The thing is a brick. They made this solid because if you do unfortunately fall, you don't want anything to break, right? And this isn't breaking anytime soon. It has a nice rubber like liner over here, so that when it's mounted to your bike, there's Velcro straps that mount it onto the bike. It won't scratch your bike, right? There's a little rubber on the bottom when you put it down. Got your indicator button over here. You can see how much juice is in the tank. On the top, it is, again, rubber on top here with a rubber cover that covers the plug, right? Whether you use the extension cord or plug the light directly in. And then it's got a USB-C, that's cool, right? USB-C port that can be used for charging and discharging. Yes, right, discharging. You can charge up phones and other devices with this if you wanted to. Before I forget, both of these are water resistant. Okay, so that's also a plus, right? So while you're out there, if it starts to rain or you get hit with some puddles or something like that, you're not going to have any problems. Both of these are also water resistant. And the last part I wanted to cover is how you actually control the light. I showed you before, there's a little button in the back of the light and that'll cycle through the modes. It also has a wireless remote, which is pretty sweet. You can put this on the handlebars, or you can even put it on your bag or something. But it's nice to have this wireless remote because with a light this powerful, you're probably going to want to cycle through the modes. You don't always need 12,000 lumen, right? So you might want to go to low or medium and just kind of cycle through the power at different points of your ride. And that being said, you can even control those presets with the app for your phone. This light also connects to an app on your phone where you can customize all the presets for this light. So when you cycle through those different presets, they're going to be specifically designed to fit your needs, which I think is also a pretty cool feature. Let's talk about the pros, the cons, and who this light is for. We'll start off with the cons so we can end on a positive note. How does that sound? So what are a few of the cons? There's a couple. First con is going to be probably one that you're already probably thinking about. Look, this battery is not little. This is not for everybody. Look, if you're a weight weenie, you're not going to want this. It's 2 pounds. All right. So think about that. Don't be disappointed when you get this and you're like, wow, Gene, this thing's heavy. Yeah, I told you that ahead of time. It's required to power something like this. I'm sure they could have made it cheaper, not this beautiful casing, and saved some weight, which could break if it falls by accident. This is not breaking anytime soon. And they could have designed it where it could have lasted 15 minutes and you'd have no runtime. MagicShine is going to make you products that you can actually use. It requires a power plant like this. Fine. Another con, which I kind of would like them to maybe see if they could figure out how to fix this or change this, is this mount does mount to your handlebars, right? I mean, it has little bolts. You're not taking this off quickly. The other lights that I have from MagicShine, they twist on. I think it's like a little Garmin type adapter. Well, you twist it on, you twist it off, which is nice because you can buy more of those and put them on different bikes. So if you want to use their lights on different bikes, you just go and do that. Another con is going to be this thing is never going on my helmet. Okay, I don't want this in my backpack. And I just think that this is just, it's crazy. You don't want, can you imagine talking to a buddy and zinging 12,000 lumen in their eyes? It's not designed for that. MagicShine has a number of really, really nice lights that you could just pop right on your helmet. Plenty of power. They're great to kind of look at where you're going. And then you've got this on the handlebars. In fact, I really would recommend that setup, whether it's this light or any other MagicShine setup. I always ride with a light on the handlebars and then one on the helmet. Other than that, folks, there's really not a lot of cons because when you get into this category of light, you're expecting some of these things. You're going to have to live with some of the weight. The last thing that I'll probably kind of talk about, which is, not really a con, the price. It's over $500. That's not cheap. But if it was cheap, then so would the quality of the light. You're not going to get a high quality 12,000 lumen light for $100 and expect it to either work more than 15 minutes or not break when you put the bike down on the ground. Okay? So understand that you're paying for something, but what you're paying for is just insanely powerful and really at a next level quality. Real fast on the pros, before we wrap the whole thing up, the pros are going to be, hey, it is high quality. You're going to pay a couple dollars for it, but this thing is sick. It's designed to last for a long time. Another pro is going to be that it is truly 12,000 lumens. I know you've probably seen things on different websites where you can get these little lights for $50 and they're like crazy bright. What they usually do is they use a lens to focus the light down to a small area. And technically, that little area, that small patch on the trail might be at that intensity, but unless you're riding in like a 1 foot, like it's not really usable light. This is 12,000 lumen of usable light. This thing lights up the future, okay? So you're getting what you're paying for. All right.
That's the headlights of the car. That's the MagicShine. Oh my Lord, this thing is light, right?
That's with your high beams on too.
Yeah, that was the high beams too, right? That's ridiculous.
All right. Another pro is simply going to be just the fact that I just really like how it has the wireless remote. It's got the app so you can customize it. And those are all just really cool features because a light like this really needs to be tweaked to fit your needs. So now in closing, who is this light for? Because it's not for everybody. Is it for a commuter? Probably not, right? You're going to blind somebody when you're driving up against them with something like this. And with this not coming off the bike that easy, I don't think I'd want this on my commuter bike and have the bike like sitting on the side of the street or something like that. That wouldn't be too cool, right? So this is not a commuter type of light. This is a extremist. This is for the enduro rider. This is for the dude or the dudette that wants to go out there in the dark, riding crazy trails and wants to feel ridiculously safe because they can see everything, okay? because you're going to see everything. This thing is bright. All right. You're not going to really notice the weight when you're doing something like that, because your mind is in a whole nother world when you're riding in that kind of fun situation. Okay, this is designed for that type of rider. All right, not for a new night rider. MagicShine has a ton of other lights out there that you could get if you just want to get started into night riding. They're all high quality. Check out some of those. I'll give you some links down below as well. This is certainly for the extremist. This is for someone that wants the best and brightest light on the market. Give me your comments down below. Gene from Regular Guy Mountain Biking. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer them. And as always, keep the party on the pedals, my friends, and I'll catch you in the next video.